Hello, Williams class. For your computing lesson today, the learning objective is, can I understand what stop animation is? Where did moving pictures come from? In 1888, in New York City, the great inventor Thomas Edison and his British assistant William Dixon worried that others were gaining ground in camera development. That means that Thomas Edison and his British assistant William Dixon were worried that other people who also knew how to work a camera were doing better than them. So the pair set out to create a device that could record moving pictures. In 1890, Dixon unveiled the kinetograph, a primitive motion picture camera. If something is primitive, that means it's pretty much the first time that someone has seen a camera like the one that Dixon created. And remember, Dixon was Edison's assistant. Before this, there were other devices that people used to create their moving pictures. You have the phenakistoscope. This was invented in 1832 and uses a spinning disc attached vertically to a handle. Now, if you have seen the movie Tarzan, you will have seen this, where it's a round device and it's got pictures on pretty much every corner of the circle, and as it spins, the pictures move. And as the pictures are moving, it's telling a story, because every picture is something different. When you look at the pictures just like this, they look pretty identical, so it looks like a couple dancing. But in one of the pictures, the woman will have her hand up, and in the other picture, she might have her hand slightly downwards. And when you move that really, really fast, when you rotate that around and around, then it gives the impression that the couple's dancing, which is really, really clever. So if you have seen the movie Tarzan, then you will have seen this in action, because that is the first time I saw something like this. You also have the Zoe Trope. So this was invented in 1834, and it uses a rotating drum with slits in it to view the images as they spin around. So a very similar concept to the phenakistoscope. I think the Zoe Trope is maybe what I was describing, the camera that is from Tarzan, where it spins around and around, but it's the same exact concept as the camera that we've just seen, where each picture or each cartoon is something different. It's showing a different action. So then when it's moving really, really fast around, it looks as if it's moving. It's very, very interesting. You have the kineograph, or what we call the flip book. So the kineograph, most commonly known by the term flip book now, was created in 1886. Now I'm going to tell you about a man called Edward Muybridge. So he was tasked to find out whether horses had all hooves off the ground when running. He had several cameras, all on string, taking photos of the horse galloping. He then put them together to create the clip. So that is a little example of why stop motion is such a great creation. It's to prove certain theories that someone might have. It can give you a lot of answers that maybe other cameras couldn't. So how does animation and filmmaking work? Animation is the rapid display of a sequence of pictures which gives the illusion of movement. So you know how in today's day and age we have movies that we watch? In the olden days, they didn't have movies. So the way in which they watched movies was by putting a series of pictures, one after the other, and moving them around really, really quickly in chronological order to make it look as if they're watching a movie. But in fact, they were just looking at a series of pictures, a sequence of pictures. Now, each picture is called a frame. So this is a frame, this is a frame, and so on and so forth. Now, the animation is normally played at a rate of 16 to 25 frames per second. That means that 1 second of a movie that you have seen has been created by 16 to 25 of these frames. That is crazy. There is a link to a video that you can watch. I am going to put this on Tapestry for you to see as well, but when you click on it, you will see an example of stop motion in action. So here are your 3 tasks for today's computing lesson. Task number 1 is to make your own kineograph or flipbook and post it onto Tapestry. So if you are not too familiar with what a flipbook is, it's when you draw pictures in a book and then when you flip it, when you're going through it, it's telling you a story or it's showing you something. So it could be a boy kicking a ball, it could be someone coming down a slide, it could be anything that you want it to look like. But that is the definition of a flipbook. And if you're still not too sure, Google it. Go on YouTube, go on the internet and find examples of a flipbook so you can see not only how to make one, but also some ideas of what you could draw. Once you've done that, task number 2 is to create your own Zoe Trope and post it onto Tapestry. Now, this will need a bit more resources, but it'll be really interesting to see what you come up with. And then task number 3, write a report on how moving pictures came about. So those are your 3 tasks. I hope you enjoy William's class and you will see me very, very soon. Bye.